So I saw a movie last night, which I thought was really cool, called Boys Go to Jupiter, an animated film made by this person. I think I got the name right, Julian Glander, I believe, who is lives in Lawrenceville,
Oh shit!
I believe. And it's animated. If you saw the movie Flow about the cat, which is incredible.
That's the one that's all
Please go see
Blender?
this. Yes.
Yeah.
This was also similar, all Blender. But it had some famous comedians in it, like Janine Garofalo is one of the voices. Joe Pera is in there too. But I really loved the animation style. I laughed a lot during the movie. And it was like a super great break from reality. I realized the Harris Theater in downtown Pittsburgh is still pretty awesome. Got 2 seltzers and junior mints for $7, which normally that would be like 20 some bucks anywhere else you go. And got to sit up in the balcony and have a good time
Very
watching
nice.
the movie.
That's
Yeah.
not to bring it back down again. My only complaint about the
Go for
Harris is the seats.
Oh yeah,
Are very uncomfortable. They're very
Agreed.
old style. And it's one of those things where, like, if you go and see something at the Harris, you're reminded of just how far along chair technology has come. You're like, oh, because it's a very old theater. It's like, it's well preserved. It's an absolutely amazing institution. I'm like super glad that it is still around. Everything's great. But every time I'm like, should I bring a cushion? Like, it is that level of uncomfortable. But it's fucking great to see stuff there.
yeah,
Let me bring it down even further.
yes.
Oh God.
The last time I'd been to the Harris Theater was when we saw The Bridge.
Oh my God.
Mm.
So you were uncomfortable watching like a 2.5 hour documentary about
People jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. We can't have anything nice on this podcast.
No,
I do want to see that movie though. So
it's cool.
Yeah.
I really like it. Like it's something I would try to buy a copy of just
Yeah.
to be able to see it. Like the animation style really got me.
Yeah.
Really just, I don't know. It was cool.
I didn't realize it had Pittsburgh ties like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad there's a scene for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my partner, Steph, who like correctly identified that I would be into this movie and that we needed to go see a movie
Yeah.
because they were right.
So I got some notes.
Notes.
You do.
I do have notes. A lot of them. They are impeccably written. Yeah, my top note. It's been a while since we talked. Since we recorded an episode. In that time, a lot's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you grinning at me, Greg?
Because a lot has happened.
I'm gonna start way back. Well, not way back, but like
Damn. He's got receipts.
I did want to talk about real quick. Last month or the month before, fuck, it's been a minute. Went to the VOD festival. This was in Friedrichshafen, Germany.
Nice.
And VOD is Vinyl on Demand, which is a great label. And the person who runs it, by all accounts, seems to be an amazing human being. I take umbrage with the name. To me, print on demand means you get an order and you print it and then you send it off. You basically do it as you get orders.
Yeah.
That's not how this label works. They basically have like a limited edition run of very old, awesome, like dug from the archives industrial releases. Amazing like artifacts, really well done. But it's not like you just go, oh, I want one, and then they print it and send it to you. It's just a small thing in the back of my mind. Like every time I see the name, I'm like, it's not
on demand.
Yeah, maybe if someone knows more, like why it's called that, by all means, let us know. But it was an amazing festival. It was 3 days.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah, it was 18 acts, 6 each day, 8 hours from like 4 to midnight. It was like SPK, Leibach, Soviet France, Clock DVA. Just like if there's one complaint I would have about it was there was no break. It was all killer, no filler. But like they had 2 stages to set up, so like when one act ended, within seconds the other act started. So everyone would like file out to the other stage.
Okay.
Like I had to like at one point like stop and like, oh God, I'm gonna pass out if I don't eat, and like go eat while like Nocturnal Emissions was playing, because I was like there has been no opportunity to eat. It was great, absolutely amazing festival. Doesn't seem like they're ever going to do it again. This may have just been like a one-time
Oh,
thing because there was like afterwards everyone was fired up like, oh, when are you going to do it again? And it was like, this was everyone. Like this was.
Oh,
I brought
respect.
Yeah, and a lot of people are getting up there. This is, it's not a young scene, but in any case, it was great. Support Vinyl on Demand if you can. The other amazing thing was the little town that it was in is like basically a small little German town that like it's kind of a vacation-y town. So like people in Germany, that's where they would go for a weekend. Comparisons to like Erie, Pennsylvania kept coming up. Like you wouldn't travel to Germany to go to this place except for this festival. And while it was happening, there was another festival going on, and it was the Sea Hare. It's a big festival around the legend of a rabbit that lives in the bottom of the ocean, like right off the shore. And this festival is they send a bunch of boats out. One of the boats catches the rabbit, basically ensnares this rabbit, drags it back on shore, where it then is forced to give gifts to all the children.
I like it.
Yeah. So that was so you basically have children waiting for the sea hare to give them gifts, standing next to like 60-year-old goths. It was an incredible sight to behold.
Yeah, that is quite the juxtaposition there.
Yeah. But it was a good time. Yeah.
I want the sea hare to bring me a present.
You have to go to Frederikshavn to go there.
Do you have to like leave offerings for the sea hare?
I didn't
Giant carrots.
So the lore is that the entire floor of the ocean in that area is a sea carrot field. That's where he lives.
Delightful.
It is more like,
like
it's
that.
more like a kidnapping.
Yeah.
Like this festival is like they've kidnapped this rabbit, steal it from its basically day-to-day life in this carrot field, and then demand that it give gifts to children it's never met.
Cool.
Yeah, it was
So it's not like like you're talking about this sleepy little town. I'm starting to get like Wicker Man vibes. Like there's no like sacrifices being made or
no. It's
to bring about the underwater carrot harvest.
no.
Or
They just go
anything.
take a boat and they like bring it up in a cage. It's
Okay.
more like almost like lobster, like that lobster cage thing where they put the cage and then they lift it up and there's a man in a rabbit.
It's more
costume.
like a Punxsutawney Phil kind of
A little bit more of that
Groundhog
vibe.
Day type of thing.
Yeah. Because the rest of this town is very like shore, like Jersey Shore vibes. So yeah, I just wanted to mention, and all of the acts were great. Some of them were a little more disappointing than others, but I wanted to give a special acknowledgement. I was very excited to see Zoviet France. I'd never seen them before.
Oh, cool.
They're an act that I absolutely love. They crushed it.
Nice.
Absolutely astounding. It was just the two of them, and they just had a video behind them that was just basically some trees in a forest that at first seemed like it was a still until you realize there's like birds and like it's just very subtly moving. And part of their performance was they had just gone around and picked up trash, and one of them was like crumpling plastic bottles while the other one was processing it.
Wow,
It
that's
was
cool.
Fucking amazing. And apparently some of the sounds that were in like the pre-recorded ambient parts, they figured out that there's a river running under the city, and they just the night before went down and recorded that.
Wow,
I was like,
I love that.
fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, so it did not disappoint.
I'm surprised. Didn't they play at the Garfarts before Artworks? Or was it?
Oh no, it was Millville Industrial Theater. I think they played like 99 or 2000.
Oh, okay.
I missed it. I was not around. I'd seen it was happening.
Neither was I.
Yeah. At least that's the last time I saw that they were playing. Yeah, I think they have been to Pittsburgh. I just had not seen them. So that was my first note. Greg, do you have anything on your notes? You don't even have any. What the fuck?
I got notes.
We're notes.
I emailed myself this time.
Yeah. Digital.
Digital notes.
Yeah, I have notes, and I guess we could, if we all want to, just dip into the Elektron Korner.
Ooh.
We have another frivolous thing that I want
chilly
to talk
in
about.
here.
Nothing's frivolous, Dave.
Well, nothing. It's high in frivolity.
Okay.
Now I'm curious.
Well, I wanted to mention that the two of us performed recently at Two Phrase.
Oh yeah.
For
fun.
Pittsburgh Modular. They do a monthly, not super regular, but they're trying to do a monthly at a local brewery, Two Phrase. And they just have local electronic musicians perform, do some live sets. And yeah, it was a fantastic time. Your set, Nick, was amazing.
Thanks. I saw the video of it, and there are parts of it that I like, and parts of it that I'm like,
Oh, really?
yeah. But par for the course. I loved yours too.
Oh, thank you.
Good multigrain action in there again. I thought yours was really on point. I felt a particular energy from yours. Yeah.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
good.
I didn't get to see it live because I'm absent-minded and forgot what day it was, but I watched the VODs and it was pretty cool.
The recording is up on YouTube. It was live streamed at the time.
Yes.
And then there's that recording is up on Pittsburgh Modular site. There was a lot of people out for it.
Yeah, it was a good
It was
crowd.
really cool for a Wednesday night too. It was it was pretty awesome.
It was luckily a nice night, not too hot or anything like that.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's been both hot and rainy.
Yeah.
And this was neither, so it was it worked out really well.
Their beer's good too. They
It
have
is
good,
very good.
good selections.
Yeah.
That the clips that I watched, that was Pittsburgh Modular's YouTube account, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good recordings. I like how they had like dual camera angles going on and the sound quality was excellent. So yeah, definitely worth a watch.
Except the start of mine. I messed it up because I saw the mixer wasn't set to line. And so I was like, oh, I'll just set these to line. And then that just fucked up everything downstream.
Oh no.
But they recovered and adjusted it. So yeah.
Yeah, there was no sound check.
No.
And he's like, and Richard from Pittsburgh Modular, I'm like, how do you want me to do it? He's like, I'll just go stand in the back and I'll tell you to turn it up or turn it down. I'm like, all right, I guess that passes as a sound check.
Yeah.
And it worked out well, but similarly, the first minute or two is up, no, down, up. Do you want me to go up or is it up to? It was very wasn't the most professional moment given how professional everything else about it was.
Yeah, I even went up to him. I'm like, so sound, and he was like, dude, this is not like that. We're just gonna kind of roll. And I'm like, okay, that's I can do that too.
I was really worried because they had got subs for this, there's Thompsons and subs, and the roof of the building that we were that we were playing under is corrugated metal, and I was like, this could just sound absolutely awful if it starts vibrating, but there was none of that.
Yeah.
Or
The subs helped. There was a point where I was playing a drone and I was like, oh shit, I kind of just want to let this roll for 15 minutes. I know that wouldn't be great for people out there, but it felt nice. I was like, oh yeah, it's kind of fun doing this, huh? Yeah, drones.
So yeah, if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you see that they're doing it again, worth checking out.
Yeah,
Good time.
definitely.
Super chill.
And if you're not in the Pittsburgh area, check out the YouTube.
Very good point.
Very good point.
Yeah. All right, that's it. All my other notes are, they're very serious. I'm a serious person doing serious things. Actually, that's not entirely true. The last comment, no, it is not serious. But yes, Greg, what's on your notes? Or Nick?
Yeah.
Actually, we haven't. Who has the most notes?
I have two things I'm going to talk about essentially, and then I think we have one shared thing that we're going to talk about to some degree.
Greg, what do you have?
What do you
I
got?
have one thing to talk about, and is the shared thing Elektron related?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well, then I guess I have two things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why would you have more things? Because the two of us are sharing something that you're not. I don't understand the math.
I thought I meant a shared thing amongst all of us.
Oh no, it was between the two of
you
us.
guys
have a
got some
secret.
secret stuff going on here.
So, Greg, are you paying attention to the Discord channel? Because the two of us definitely talked about this.
Which thing?
The thing that we're going to both talk about, we discussed in that Discord that you are a part of.
Kind of relates to what we were just talking about too.
You doing
Okay.
all right? You doing all right?
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to talk about that.
I
Did
don't
we
know.
say we were going to talk about
you
that?
know what the
I don't think you know what it is now.
Oh shit, I don't. I feel left out now.
But you aren't left out. You were explicitly included because we talked about it in the Discord. That's all three of us.
I'll give you a clue. DNA.
Yeah.
That's my clue.
I'm failing this quiz miserably. I'm sorry, I've had a lot on my brain. Go
It's-
ahead, fill me in
yeah.
now, because
The Pittsburgh Modular
yeah.
Double Helix oscillator.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
no, it's honestly, reality's been a lot
And you both
lately.
got
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And I,
Yeah.
for some fucking reason, I thought we already discussed this in the previous
No,
episode.
I didn't even know if it existed at that point. I don't
No,
remember.
I think
Well,
I'd
like
or-
the
I think
new
I'd
version.
ordered it. I think both of us had ordered it, but it wasn't
Mm.
ready yet when we recorded the
Yeah,
last
because
one.
I thought we were gonna touch upon it, but you didn't have them yet.
I think that was
No, you
it,
have.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That
No,
might have been
it's
it.
perfectly fine. We put you on the spot, Greg.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your thing.
Yeah.
Because apparently you have two things.
Well, now I'm being put on the spot even more.
Well,
Love
you have to at least
You
talk
guys
about
just
one of your
hyped up
things.
the Pittsburgh Modular thing. So yeah, just continue with that
All
segue.
right, all
It
right.
makes
All right.
sense. It makes
All right.
sense.
Would you like to go?
No, you have more structure, and I'm gonna fill in. I'll be
Oh,
the
yeah, just-
spackle.
Oh, that's perfect. Just go ahead and just interrupt whenever I say either something that's incomplete or wrong. Because although my handwriting is gorgeous, the facts may just be completely wrong. I didn't actually check to make sure that was correct. So yeah, this is the Double Helix.
Wrong.
Fuck. Jesus. Double Helix from Pittsburgh Modular.
Triple helix, dumbass.
Come on, man. Did you get the wrong
sh-
one?
Wait, I only got two. I only
Gotta
got the
get the
double.
expander.
Oh fuck.
Makes it quad.
Damn, I need that.
So originally they made this 10 years ago, and it was a prototype. They only made like 2 or 3 of them, and apparently it was just long forgotten. And they thought about manufacturing it, but they're a small company. Also at the time, it just all the ducks didn't line up in a row. But I think it was a couple months ago or earlier this year or a year ago, some amount of time in the recent past, they gave Magical Synth Adventure, the artist, one of the prototypes, and they made a video that ended up on Sonic State.
Yep.
And as Richard describes it, their inbox blew up, and it was just a million people just going, "What the? Please make that! Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you not make this? This sounds amazing." So they did. They made it. They redesigned it a little bit. It's a little bit smaller, but otherwise, and some of the parts I think had to be different because
I think slightly.
very
Yes.
slightly, but it's generally what they had created or were going to release around 10 years ago. And it's 2 banks of 16 wavetables, and each of those wavetables has 16 sweepable waves. There are 16 effects processors, and what's interesting about it is there's CV to choose which effects processor there is, and then there's a single control for each of those processors, and that's also CVable.
Yeah, it's like a parameter on that processor.
Exactly. Both of those are CVable. And so the sort of crux of it is this 9-bit resistor ladder, DAC, digital to analog converter. And it's kind of like an array of weighted resistors. And the design goes back to like the 50s. Like this is, I sort of looked into like the resistor ladder. And it's a really cool idea for cheaply and somewhat not super precise way to do this, the digital analog conversion.
What was the application of it back then?
Good
this
question.
I think it was.
was
I
it?
think it was very similar to this.
Oh, okay.
Like audio equipment?
Yeah, I think it was originally like an audio.
Like in a synthesizers? Or
I didn't get that deep into it. I
Yeah.
mainly just
Okay.
looked at it from the electronics side of it.
interesting.
Again, if someone knows, by all means,
Yeah.
fill
I
us
think it was
in.
just primitive oscillator in general for use
Yeah.
in non-audio applications even.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like radio or just digital communication.
That's
There's
what I was
a
wondering.
million
Like,
things,
yeah. Okay.
The result is it is somewhat crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but in a I would argue very satisfying.
Oh yeah,
way.
I like it in a way that's different than like a Piston Honda 1 or like another 8-bit oscillator. It's a very strange beast in that way.
Absolutely.
which I think is very pleasing. Like I really like it. I played. I didn't even tell Richard this, and but a lot of the set I played was like double helix stuff that I recorded into Ableton.
Oh, that's awesome, because I got it too late to incorporate it into that set. But basically, this double helix I've got rid of my Elmira out of my little live noise set and replaced it with this because it just opens up. There's so much more stuff you can do with it. It's a really interesting oscillator. The one thing that's you sort of look at it is so much of it is CVable. And half of that, even half of those CVs like have their own attenuator on them. So if there's a knob, there's a CV.
Yeah, that part's awesome.
Which is, I think that's what opens it up and makes it, and goes from like, because you can just use it very straightforward, very refined. It still has that crunch to it, but like if you just want to use it as a nice, relatively nice sounding, straightforward oscillator, you can. Or
boring.
I'm just saying that in case one of our listeners is boring and this is something they're interested in. I don't know why you would get this for that. Like, this is probably not the best choice for that.
Yeah.
But it is versatile in that you can do that.
Right. It tracks like 4 octaves too. Yeah. So you're not like gonna do like wild pitch like accuracy with it. It is not for that.
And also, by their own admission, it does not track with great precision.
Yeah.
In any way. And the generator that they made a long time ago, that was the first module I got from them, and I really liked it.
So you use that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like that was one of my favorite module for a really long time. It also it was, now that I've used things that are more precise in that sort of tracking, I realized just how bad that generator was. And it was fine because what I was doing was, it fit in at the time. This similarly though, if you're looking for precise tracking, this is probably not a model.
There's a little backstory on that too, if I'm going to take a minor detour. So I was talking to Richard about this, and this person named Maurice, who has done some work for WMD, was actually the one to develop the code, all written in assembly, for the double helix. And Pittsburgh Modular only has the binary, and nobody can find Maurice to get to the actual source code. So they wanted to, at a point, modify it, but they don't have the ability to. So they had to, with this new version, kind of make it accommodate that existing assembly code, because they had no ability to like fix the tracking or do anything to it. And they were like, kind of like, hey, if anybody finds Maurice, like, let us know, because we'd love to talk to him, compensate him a little for this, and also like maybe get access to the source code or some modifications. So it's a little side story I heard at Two Phrase that day from Richard.
So Maurice, if you're listening, this is a misconnection. Craig's we're looking for you.
This is your moment.
Yes. What if we're responsible for reuniting them?
That would be cool.
That would be, yeah. This is, so if anyone knows a Maurice, just go talk to them and find out if this is the Maurice in question.
There aren't many. There's like 18.
Yeah, tops. There can't be more than that.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a very uncommon name. No, it's interesting because it also makes sense as to why. Yeah. And so one of the other things that I think is really interesting is the detune, the wavetable detune knob really is like if it's all the way counterclockwise, it's basically, there's no spread. You basically have one wavetable.
Yeah.
Then the other way, it almost is like there's two completely separate wavetables operating, and then you're getting really cool stuff as that waves in between.
Mm-hmm.
It opens it up in a really surprisingly interesting way.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I would like to, I'm going to stop in there sometime soon because I want to replace some of the knobs with gray knobs, and they were like, oh yeah, just come in. But it's like a better explanation of that, because I'm like, oh, what is it? Is that like the fundamental waveform driving the wavetable and you're like changing that pitch, or is it creating another copy? Like, I'm just confused by it in that way. But it does sound cool.
Yeah. Similarly, it is confusing. Their documentation is pretty good as far as like helping you drive it.
Yeah.
It explains like, what the different knobs are. There's no summary statement. There's no larger like, here's what's going on behind the scenes. There's a little bit of alchemy that is not 100% shared.
Yeah.
Which is not a big problem. I mean, I'm interested and I'd love to know more about it, but there is enough information in their documentation to get you going and to use it sensibly and smartly. It's just like that wavetable to tune was the one where I'm like, oh, actually, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
Like, this
yeah.
is really cool, but like, I don't know what's going on. So it's, yeah, and I think that's actually one of the things I have the note here. It's experimental as fuck.
Yeah.
And really, that's why I think I replace Elmira with this, is just having a bunch of different slow moving LFOs going into all of those inputs.
And what are some of these inputs?
Yeah, what process type, process parameter,
Okay.
wavetable sweep, wavetable selection, coarse tune, fine tune, and then detune. Yeah, I think that's it.
Is this mono or stereo?
Mono.
Okay.
It's mono, but there is a second out.
Good point.
Yes.
That's what I thought I remembered seeing.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to ask the question. So what is that second out?
There's the like without the processing, and then with the processing, which is very cool.
Interesting.
One minor complaint, if I could bring one up, the red text on the center processing thing, like you're not going to read it. You have to feel your way through it.
Yeah.
I feel
It's 16 words or like phrases wrapped around a single knob.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really, yeah. And I think there's almost like arguably an intent to just be like, if you're interested, this is what this is.
Right.
But we kind of want you to just fuck around. Like,
Yeah.
and I know closer towards like 3 through 6 o'clock, that's where you have like the filters. So like you have the high pass, the low pass,
True.
and then further back counterclockwise, that's where you get into more.
Yeah, there's like bit reduction.
Yeah.
There's even a delay of some sort
And there's
in
some
there.
weird there's like an oscillator copy thing.
Oh yeah.
Really cool. They all do cool stuff. If you were really into very strict predictive sound design, probably would drive you nuts.
You're right.
But yeah, I honestly could see that just being like numbers 1 through 16.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's meant
It's
to
nice
be
to, like-
explored.
Yeah,
meant
meant
to
to
be
be explored. You can like look at it and
Yeah.
like, I've put my phone up, like light up to it, be like, oh, what is that? Oh, cool. But yeah, to your point, lends itself to experimentation. I don't even know if I've tried to use it like pitched in any way. I'm more like drone hunting and then being like, oh, that's super sick. For me, like it actually, I only have like 2 main cases and then 2 like little skips in front of them right now in my setup. And it made the main case. It actually dethroned Piston Honda for a while.
Oh.
Because I like used Piston Honda a lot on my last record. So I was kind of like, oh, like, love you. You're never leaving, but I got to like switch it up for a while. And I love it. I use it a lot. I think it's a very unique sound. It goes really well with Paul's SynthTech SEM VCF filter. I think it just chews it up pretty nicely. Like filters in general, just kind of, it's really fuzzy. So there's a lot to grab onto, I think, for a filter.
Yeah, like I said, I've got similarly a bunch of different cases. The 7U is like the main case, and it's right now that's Mind Phaser and the Quad Humble, which that will probably just never leave. This is the small case that I take out the shows, and that's where I want the drone, the sort of pads, and real long stuff that I can sort of have running. Elmira and multigrain were the 2 main things in that, and I think drone hunting is a really good way to put it, because Elmira came right out and this went in absolutely, like, it's serving that role. I can also see it being in other cases or other contexts, but right now I'm just gonna put a bunch of modulation on you and let you do your thing. Really absolutely nailing it.
Yeah, really excellent release from Pittsburgh Modular. Re-release, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that one didn't get completely discarded and it came back, because like, as I was even telling Richard, I was like, this is a really fucking good module to not put out. And I know at the time there were valid reasons why they didn't, but glad it came back and it wasn't like a huge 28 HP wide thing either.
I know it's probably apples and oranges, but how would you feel it stands up to, say, the Vic X for drone hunting and things of that nature.
Way less. It's much more lo-fi in that sense than the VHX was. I felt like that could fill up a sound field very completely, whereas this is a little more raw and like begs for some kind of treatment.
Gotcha.
Whereas the VHX, sometimes I was like, oh shit, that's like, you've like the frequency range, you have domed the shit out of it right now. And I like using the, obviously I don't have VHX anymore, but I like using the double helix more.
Okay. I just bring it up because that's also a wavetable based oscillator that's come out recently that I feel like is best used for droning.
Yeah,
and such,
good comparison for sure.
I mean, that said, I don't know. Is this part of the Safari series, or is it?
I believe so.
So it's probably not going to be around for a long time.
No, it's limited to 200 as far as I know.
Yeah, and they have sold out of stuff. So just putting it out there.
Yeah.
If this interests you, maybe don't sleep on it.
I think all their stuff that is not put out by Create Audio at this point is like limited for the most part. Good panel outside of the font color. I like that they're kind of skewing black and a little more muted lately.
Yeah, agreed.
Digging that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Roughly
$250.
It was $250.
Ain't bad at all.
No,
it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing to give them credit for, is that they do generally have reasonable prices on their stuff.
Because I also got the new version of the Crow filter when I picked that up, because I love the original Crow filter or filter of crows or whatever. This is smaller footprint, and the only thing they sacrificed for it was the resonance CV. And I was like, I barely fucking use that. I'd rather have, I'm fine with giving up the resonance CV jack for 2 HP, but otherwise it's the same filter. And I fucking love that too.
You still have the original?
I still have it. Just because
not using it as much now that you got the successor.
Yeah, but I will find a use for it.
Yeah,
it's a very I think I talked about that in a previous episode.
Oh yeah,
so
very highly.
So go look up that episode and download it. I don't know what number episode that was. Full disclosure, I don't know what number episode this is.
I don't either.
57.
Whoa, there you go.
Oh, Heinz 57.
Yeah,
finally.
Heinz 57. We did it.
All those
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Oh, and we're talking about Pittsburgh Modular. This is the most Pittsburgh episode ever.
$300, by the way, not $250.
Still,
it's still like it's worth it, to be honest. It's unique. I've never heard anything quite like it.
Yeah. And that's literally the only thing on my sheet. So, all right, honestly, this probably will have to get cut because this may be out of line. So I was thinking about this when
it's definitely staying.
Yeah, it definitely stays.
No, it's actually calling something out in particular.
Definitely stays.
Absolutely.
So, I thought about this while I was at Two Phrase. And have you ever seen the television show The Munsters?
Yeah,
so we're all familiar with this. Yeah. It was on the 60s, opposite Addams Family. Mm-hmm. Addams Family was based on a cartoon. Munsters was basically Universal Studios, but like the idea of like if Frankenstein and Dracula like live in the suburbs. Very popular show, very well acted. And one of the gimmicks of the show was their niece lived with them, and Marilyn. And she was like traditionally a good-looking,
blonde, like traditionally good-looking. Yeah.
And the joke was, because she was part of the Munsters family, they all thought she was like hideous, and like she would like bring potential suitors over, and they would run screaming, and they were running screaming because like Herman Munster answered the door and was like, "I'm Frankenstein." They're like, and they would take off. But everyone in the family like felt bad for her because they thought it was because it was because of her. So here's my question: is Perry from Pittsburgh Modular the Marilyn of the Pittsburgh Modular Monsters?
First off, this is totally staying in. I need a minute.
Just putting it out there.
Love you, Perry.
Seriously,
holy
fucking
shit.
amazing human. Yeah.
Also, yes.
Okay, that was
emphatic. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
So Greg,
Yeah.
what do you got?
Have the only thing that I've purchased recently, or actually, I didn't even purchase it. I shouldn't say that.
Wait, what? Did you steal it?
I received it as a gift
Oh, okay.
from my cousin Cyrus, who we've talked about on here.
He's also on. He's also on the Sysex Dumpster Discord.
That's true. He is a member
very
now.
Active member.
He's a very active member in our Discord.
Shout out to the gang.
As
Yeah.
C Chocobo. If you haven't joined our Discord yet, why the fuck not?
Yeah, you're fucking up.
It's a
Low
party
key,
in there.
High key.
It's a party in there.
Yeah.
Having a good time, good conversations.
How would one join our Discord, Greg?
You know, you can subscribe to our Patreon for $5 a month.
Yeah.
That's
Did
it.
not know that. Did not know.
$5. Get you in there. Have fun.
Like a cup of coffee.
It's like 2 eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keeps us in eggs. Thanks.
It keeps us getting eggs. Yes, thank you.
Oh, so this is a gift from Cyrus. Wait, Cyrus didn't get me anything. What
Damn.
the fuck?
Damn.
So, yeah, not to get too deep into personal shit, lost my job recently,
Yeah.
as most people in IT are dealing with.
Mm.
Layoffs. Fun times.
Mhm.
So my cousin knew how much I've been wanting this module and said, you know what? Happy early Christmas, happy early birthday. Here you go. And he sent it my way.
Solid.
Yeah.
And I've been deep diving into it.
I take back like half the things I've said about Cyrus.
I'm talking about the Ohmforce
Mm.
BOHM or BOHM or
Tight.
Boom or however you want to pronounce
Well, how do
it.
you spell it?
BOHM.
Feels like
BOHM.
Bohum.
BOHM. Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
There you go.
Boom.
Correct.
say it different every time.
I have been already. Just as I've been using it, it's like
Yeah, I've been curious to hear this one.
So what is it?
it is a kick module.
Oh,
That is it. That's all it's for, is making kicks.
I feel like there's got to be more.
That's it.
But like,
It does one thing, and it does it superbly well.
Okay.
what controls do you have over these kicks?
Yeah.
Oh, you get your standard controls, Dave. All the basics are covered. But the thing
Gabbertasm.
yeah, there's a gabber button right there on the front. It's instant 909 Rob G style.
Yeah. Rob G ratio.
Yeah, Rob G ratio goes up to 11. But no, you get all the basic controls that you would expect from a kick module. Everything's up front, which I greatly enjoy. It's very straightforward to use. I feel like the interface is great. It's a little large because of that. Like the panel's pretty big. I forget the exact HP, especially because there's 2 expanders that you can get with it as well.
Holy shit.
So it's a lot of rack real estate dedicated to just a kick drum. But if you're obsessed with kicks, like I am, and I feel like we tend to be, also it's worth it. I've dedicated pretty much my whole middle row to this module and to accompany this module. It's like exactly what I've been looking for.
Hell yeah.
Out of a kick module
That's awesome.
forever. Like,
So I'm guessing it's got an envelope, it's got a filter. Like what are all the bits and pieces that make this up?
so yeah, it has your attack, decay. Well, actually, it's attack, decay, and sustain. But I think the decay is actually called length, if I recall. I don't have a picture of it in front of me. I just kind of already memorized what does what. But yeah, the length is like the overall length of the kick.
Oh.
Sustain is like the tail, and then your attack is like the attack, obviously. And then you have knobs that deal with transient, which is different depending on what model you're in. You can adjust the tone of like this transient and the length of it, and you also have an effects knob which you can assign different things like an onboard filter, like or distortion, like tube saturation.
Do you have to
wave
pick
shape.
just? Do you have to pick just one, or can you,
You can
have
only
multiples?
pick one.
Okay.
But yeah, and picking that is like the only reason why you really need to be in the menu is little things like that. Like there is a menu, super shallow. You know, it's like 1 level deep, and you're only using it to do things like set, certain the effect parameters, or like if you have the expansions, some of the stuff on there.
Well, that's cool.
But for the most part, you're just using the screen as a reference to see what model you're in and what type of transient you're selecting or what type of layering you're picking with that model in particular. There's 9 different models, all of which are kind of on the, I would say, like digital leaning side of things. Like there's multiple ones that are FM op based.
So it's not just like 909, 808.
It is not, and I was super excited about. That's one of the reasons that made me want this in the first place. Was I saw that it was dipping into FM kicks.
Nice.
And also wavetable based kicks.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you can select like your wavetable for the primary oscillator, but then also for the transient. You can come up with interesting layer combinations. Yeah. I'm really digging it. It's pretty much replaced every kick drum module that I've had now. It's pretty much all, in my opinion, a one-stop shop for how I like to create kicks. Especially the fact that everything's, one function per knob and everything's up front. No menu diving required. No hidden key combos, no, things like that. Like, I like the fact that they had the courage, I guess, to put out a big module for such a basic task, with so many knobs and CV inputs. Like, you can CV everything.
What did the expanders give you?
So I don't have the Perform expander yet. I didn't think I needed that, but I do have the Groove one. It's kind of like a secondary kick that is in sync with the primary. You can use it to kind of create like rumble kicks or ducking, things like that. But that's not really what I do. I'm not making hard techno. I'm using it in a different manner. I'm kind of sending it logic gates or like off clocks from the primary, trying to create like syncopated grooves, which I've often done using like logic modules and things like that. This kind of helps expedite that process a little, and you can also fine tune this secondary kick a bit. You have control over the pitch, over the tone, the length. Or you can make it not a kick at all. It has 3 other. You can select reverb and sub, or I'm sorry, noise and sub, or just like noise.
So noise as in like a hi-hat noise or like a snare?
It's a sound generator.
Okay.
Kind of like digital noisy. I'm not sure what the actual like noise generation is,
but what's the intended, like what do you think like the intended use of that is supposed to be?
I guess to do what I'm doing with that and just making interesting rhythmic noise grooves based around the kick. Like I take that back. That's probably not the intended use. That's how I'm enjoying using it. And
I'm just saying, I know that like
thought of to use it that way, but primarily probably like an extra texture to the to the kick itself, or a transient, so to speak.
Did you ever have the Joe Mox mod bass or M bass?
I did.
Either of those? Yeah, that one had noise too.
It did, and for a while that was my favorite ultimate kick drum.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a pain in the ass to navigate the menus.
Oh yeah. No.
I had it for a couple months, and I was like, this sounds so good, but it's such a unfun module to tweak out on when it came to making kicks. This, I feel like, is that in the right direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the Joe Mox kick is pretty unique.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like a Joe Mox kick. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that sound. But as far as like a modular kick ultimate module goes, I feel like it surpasses the mod bass and the.
With the mod bass, I felt like I was scrolling through the presets more than I was programming.
Yes, exactly. I felt that as well, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's why I don't have one anymore too.
So one of the things that can make or break a drum module is how snappy and responsive the envelope is. Where would you rate the envelope on this thing?
I feel like it's right where it needs to be.
Okay.
It is limited in some ways with the envelope and the pitch. The pitch, for example, is only 1 octave, which is, in my opinion, a little too restrictive. I would like to see more versatility there. I think it would be cool if they added an option in the menu if you wanted to expand the pitch range of that, maybe extend it to 2 octaves or 3.
If you send it like a high, or like if you sent it 10 volts into it, do you think it would traverse?
I forget if it does. I don't think it does at all. I think
it's capped.
You can edit the voltage range of it, but I think it's all within that 1 octave range.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
So even if you sent it 10, it would be capped at whatever that is at.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that is actually something I haven't tried doing yet. It's like
I kind of get it if you want it from like usability. Like I
Yeah.
can't go too off the rails.
100%.
Live thing.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it within the range of a kick, and I appreciate that a lot. It does help the ease of use, and it kind of gives it a performative feel.
Sure.
Which is what the other expander is actually called. It's called Performer, and it's meant to open things up a bit from a performance standpoint. This thing actually, the module itself has a whole secondary mode called Live Mode, which is meant for like kind of performing stuff with it, and you can kind of sequence through snapshots of kicks and things like that. It's got some weird.
That's fucking cool.
It's got some crazy stuff going on under the hood in that mode. I have really not touched that mode at all.
I'd be really curious about that, because is it just sort of ratcheting or like going through the sequences, or is it based on like a voltage that you get that you send, it picks kick from that?
You can like program a sequence.
That's fucking wild.
Damn.
It's pretty neat. Yeah. It's like a whole different module when you enter that mode, and I haven't really messed around with it too much. I haven't felt the need to. But yeah, I just having a little more versatility to the pitch, I feel like would open up the experimental value a bit more. I mean, sometimes it's fun to sequence a kick to like a really high pitch value and then back down.
And there are certain styles of dance music where sequencing and doing that pitch shifting on a kick is part of the style.
Sure.
Like, and
got to put a donk on it.
Precisely. Or hard style. I mean, sequencing the pitch on the kick drum is like kind of its defining one of its defining characteristics. Like, so I'm a little surprised that they're not opening that up. But I think to your point though, Nick, like it probably is more of a, well, if you go too high, it actually sounds like shit, and we don't want you to accidentally dip into that area. Yeah. It's like almost like a safety guard.
Yeah, you're not going to be like entering laser territory with this very easily. Laser zaps, I should say.
So wait, that actually reminds me, is there a filter on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's like how acidy or how tweaky is the resonance on it?
Not at all. It's more like you can select like high pass, low pass, band pass. It's just basic filtering. You're not tweaking out on the resonance or anything like that. It's not like DJ style filter or anything like that, which I think might be built into the Performer. I think there's a DJ style filter in that. I forget.
Right.
Again, I haven't looked too much into the Performer expander. Wasn't something I felt that I needed. But now the more time I spend with the module, the more I feel like I want to get the most out of it, and I would like to get it just to have.
And this is from Ohmforce, the makers of Ohmicide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Which I know they did just release a module of Ohmicide, and so they probably want people to buy that, surely. But I would love to see some of those distortion algorithms baked into this as some of these selectable effects. Like you do have a couple to choose from when it comes to distortion or wave shaping, but I'd love to see some Ohmicide algorithms in there. I think it would take it to the next level.
Yeah. Because it's a relatively new module, right?
Very new. I mean, influencers and synth tubers had them last month, but I don't think they actually started coming out for retail purchasers until maybe 2 weeks ago. I think they started coming out.
Aren't we synthfluencers?
We are synthfluencers, I guess. Why didn't we get
or not? Apparently we're not.
think.
Yeah. Wow, that really hit the ego hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now.
All right.
I didn't get a free module.
I'm gonna go record a very whiny video on my back porch.
Who are you? Red means recording.
That was
Zing!
that
No.
was
Low blow.
with
I
that.
know.
Yeah. So it sounds like this is a keeper for you.
It is. I feel like it's become an instant classic for me and a cold dead hands type of module.
Nice.
I mean, I have a few complaints, as I've stated. I wish the pitch had more range. I do wish that with the Groove expander, you could pick from those models for what that kick is instead of it being just an exact duplicate of the primary.
Yeah,
Even though you can fine tune it a bit or use those other sound generators, I think it would be next level to be able to select different models for that kick. Or if you can't select a different model, at least a different layering of the current model that's on the primary. I think something like that would be pretty cool, just to give it a little more flavor. But yeah, I don't have many complaints so far. I think it sounds great. I feel like the interface is great. It's exactly what I've been looking for out of a kick module for nearly 2 decades. 2 decades plus, actually.
Because you've tried basically all of them.
I think I've tried every kick drum out
there's
there,
a kick.
And I've often settled upon modules that aren't even meant for kick drums to be my kick drums. Like when
you've gotten cease and desist letters from module manufacturers being, please stop using this as a kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Like IntelliGel,
the BD,
the Korgasmatron.
Oh,
I used to use that as my kicks for a while. Hitting it with envelopes and modulation. I used to use plates and braids a lot to be
that
kicks.
One makes sense. Yeah.
A lot. I still do, but what was another big one that I used for a long time? I used to use plague bearers to make kicks. Piston Honda. Use that to make kicks a lot. You know what I mean? Things that were often more versatile than your standard modular kick drum modules, which I've often found to be way too limiting. One of the exceptions was Trinity from Modbap. Yeah, I did like Trinity. I just did not like that 3 module, like... You know what I mean? Like you had 3 drum sounds in there that you had to switch between modes to tweak, and then you kind of lost place every time you switched where your knob should have been for that one and back. And there was often times where I would stumble and kind of tweak the wrong layer, and it would just go off the rails. So
it's a cool idea.
Very cool idea. Good sound.
Yeah. I like their stuff,
but it just wasn't the perfect kick for me. Whereas I feel like so far this is getting very close to that. But yeah, I'm still using a lot of stuff to do drums. But I feel like for primary kick creation, this is checking all the boxes for me currently.
And I have one more question. And we've talked about this in the past. The 3 of us are not single kick drum users. Actually, there's no instance where the 3 of us have ever used a single kick drum.
Yeah.
Are you getting a second one?
No, I mean I would, but that's too much money.
Oh, okay.
That I
but
can't
it's
afford
purely
right
because
now,
of the money,
and rack space. If I had, a budget, a bigger budget and a bigger case that had free space in it right now, I could easily see slapping 2 of these together.
It's not for a lack of wanting.
Sure,
there's other constraints.
Right. But I mean, with the Groove Expander, you're kind of getting a second there, which is nice. I feel like that was a genius move on their part. Because you're right, 1 kick is never enough.
Right.
And I think they know this too. And for the small price of this expander, you're essentially doubling your kick potential.
Yeah.
It's very well thought out, in my opinion. I appreciate that a lot. Very good design. Yeah. And this is coming from someone that hasn't really made modules. Like,
they have like 3.
Yeah, at most. Yeah. Aside from the distortion, I can't even remember if there's another one.
Yeah, I thought maybe that is just 2.
But
actually, it might just be 2.
Yeah, they're coming out swinging with this, in my opinion.
Because they have a number of VSTs.
I've used their VSTs for
literally decades.
Yeah.
So it was always a little surprising that they didn't port some of those over, or more of them over, to modules. They've obviously got the DSP code.
It reminds me of like if you took a machine drum and you just plucked all of the kick engines out of there.
Oh, damn.
And you put it in a panel with CV and knobs to control it. It reminds me of that. Like, because I've always...
That's a hell of an endorsement.
Now you're raising the temperature in the room.
Yeah. Because I've always loved the different models, or engines, I should say, or machines.
Best thing about it.
Machines in the drum machine for kicks. Yeah, I always loved how many there was to choose from. I spent so much time on there using it just for kicks, to the point where it always made me hard to justify keeping that, because I'm like, this is a lot of money in a big machine that I'm using just for kicks, This kind of feels like if you just kind of scooped that out, plopped it in your modular, and there you go. You got these weird digital kicks, these FM kicks, these wavetable kicks, and, easily to control, easy to CV and modulate to get into more experimental territory.
By the way, that should be their pull quote. Scoop it, plop it.
Scoop it, plop
Scoop
it.
it, plop it.
Yeah.
Plop. Ohmforce.
Yeah.
Scoop it and fucking plop it, man.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll stop babbling about it. I'm just
No,
giving
it's-
it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, no,
That
that's
was
amazing.
interesting. I was
Well, I think
curious.
it's also a little bit, at least for me, that was under the radar. I'd seen it existed.
Yeah.
But I was, and I don't know why I wasn't more tempted because it's a lot of boxes are being checked,
Mhm.
but I did not investigate any further.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, damn, I should look into this.
So it caught my eye since Super Booth. Like I've been gassing for it since I first laid eyes on it. And it kind of surprised me too at how little attention it seemed to be getting. Like when everyone was talking about like, you know, the highlights of Super Booth and things like that, wasn't getting much mention at all. And I was like, am I the only one excited for this thing? You know, Joey Blush Response got one early last month. He did a YouTube video of it. And I think that kind of helped raise the hype for what it's capable of. You know, if you haven't watched his video and you're wondering how this thing actually sounds, check out his video. It's a nice overview. Gives a good demonstration of how this can be used in a very, I feel like, experimental, industrial, hard techno, you know, experimental way. It's not just your standard.
Oh, so he didn't do his normal ambient, like low
Yeah.
tech, like low, like
Super
calm
chill.
voice. Yeah,
I'm
no,
not even
no.
just saying his video. I mean, like the module overall,
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like lends itself to that type of use, which I greatly appreciate.
Yeah.
Whereas most kicks that I've gotten in Eurorack kind of feel like they're all pretty much leaning in your normal like house or techno vibe.
Yeah, they're very
Um,
808 or 909
yeah,
sounding.
Very
yeah.
much so.
Which is why I used to use the Bacillus Atiratos so
Yeah.
much because
Oh,
I felt like
Yeah.
that module wanted to be used as a kick even before they gave it the like more kick friendly mode.
Yeah.
I had the OG one and I was using it for kicks and sending it through envelopes because I feel like that kind of had an industrial vibe. And I was like, finally, you know, there's an oscillator here that is leaning itself in that direction. Whereas the BOHM, whatever, kind of feels right out of the gate like it's kind of compatible for that style of production, which I greatly appreciate.
Nice.
And yeah, and Joey Blush Response's video kind of gives a good example of that type of use case scenario.
Presumably very excitedly.
Indeed.
He's a very excited. It's infectious. I love his videos. Like I don't even know what you're about to talk about, but I know by the end I'm gonna be very fired up for it.
You got to count the growls to see how good a module is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that dude. Yeah.
Seriously, absolutely. If you're listening to us and you are not familiar with the Blush Response videos, please do yourself a favor and go check them out. Well worth your
It's
time.
a joy
It
and,
is
and a blessing.
It's also
to
like
the YouTube synth tuber
it's
world.
somebody enjoying the fuck out of things, and it's just what you need in 2025.
It's crucial.
Yeah. So, what else do you have on your list?
Well,
Oh
I
shit!
can talk about another thing. You mentioned simplicity in things, and I've been enjoying the collaboration between Air Instruments and This Is Not Rocket Science called the Brinta. As our listeners may know, in the past year, I went from do I like granular to trying is pretty much anything I can get my hands on that does granular shit. I was talking to Sean and Analog Haven about this one briefly via email chat, and he was like, "No, this is a good one. You'll be happy with it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Brinta, sadly, like not as available as a lot of other things out there. Very simple granular module. It is not mono, but it's a mono input with stereo output that does odd and even grains on those two outputs. Would like in some sense to see a true stereo version, but kind of love what they've done with it. So there aren't many controls. You get CV over all of them, though. You get control over the speed of the sample that you've recorded in, or the thing that's being granularized. You get control over the pitch of that on top of it. And then you get kind of the X control, which is the parameter based on the mode you're in. There are 3 different modes you can pick from by an unfortunately placed switch. To be honest, it's right in the middle of all the knobs, and it's kind of hard not to bump some of the knobs. One minor complaint. And then the last is you get a size parameter, which is, of course, the size of the grain that you're working with. One thing I like about it, as I said, dead simple, but it's got a really beautiful knob in the middle with a lit up ring, and it's really pleasant to kind of track what is going on.
So
in this sample.
when you first mentioned you got this, I didn't look at any videos or anything like that, but I saw the ring. Is that kind of like the R-bar visualization? But basically, can you explain the ring? Is what I'm getting at.
This is a good question because this factors into it. And Sean and I definitely weren't shitting on R-bar at all in our email. That didn't happen. But the colors of the ring actually mean something. You get kind of a green head for play. When you're recording, you get a red head to show you where in this buffer that you're recording. And it's not a huge buffer. It's like 3 seconds or something like that, I think.
Very short.
It's not,
wow.
There's not a lot of memory going on here, which is kind of just fine for the way that I'm using something like this. And then also, the different colors will indicate the frequency, audio-wise, of the buffer that you have going on.
Oh, so you actually have like a Z, like almost like a Z axis through colors.
You can kind of look at the color and tell if there's a bunch of low-end information in the sample, if you have it pitched down really far, if there's like more high-end stuff, which is pretty cool. I don't super use that, but you become conscious of it. So yeah, those colors do matter. There's another interesting part near the knob itself where you have a very simple and awesome memory control. You get 2 buttons on either side. There's memo and save. You get 4 save slots. There's no SD card or anything like that. You can save 4 buffers. Memo simply goes +1 in the buffers. You can't go backwards. So you're always moving forward through these buffers. And then the save button will obviously save this buffer, but unfortunately it will stop audio when you hit save. Kind of cut things out, and you'll see this like green thing happen in the circle, and that's it saving the buffer. That said, I'm not super mad at that. Like I'm not going to save live for the most part if I was going to use it live. A little bit of a click in the memo button. Would it be cool if they had a forward and back on the memo? Sure, but like this is kind of some basic saving ability. You don't necessarily need it to save.
So is there real-time processing that you can do? Like if you wanted to use this live, could you could feed that and not even bother with saving and really just do it as a real-time processor?
You have to record. You got to record something into the buffer. This is not a complete real-time thing like beads would be.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you got to use the buffer, which again, like I'm kind of fine with. That's a little bit how I use granular for the most part anyway. Yeah. I do some real-time processing. And then below that, you get play and record buttons. And you can CV control absolutely everything, including play and record.
Even that switch, that's a pain in the ass?
I don't think you get the ones from memo or save. You can't CV control those. The switch, actually, you can't CV control either. So the switch is going to go through. At the far left, there's a cloud mode, which is what you would expect. It's kind of like a cloudy thing. In the middle and to the right, or you get into the pitch things, and that's when the X parameter comes into play. So if you're in the middle pitch mode, I think if you're to the left, it's going to do minor like scale variations of the pitch, and to the right, it's going to do major. That's always to the left when I'm using it. That part I really like because they came up with a way to do pitch things that not a lot of granular things will do out of the box in a very simple way. And then to the right of that is a mode called Kid B, which if you want to go to their website, it has nothing to do
is that a
with
reference
Radiohead.
to Kid A from Radiohead?
Nothing to do with Radiohead. Fuck that band. It's called the Kit Bolton function, which is looking for the smallest part of sounds, grains inspired by NatLab from the 1960 Dick Ray makers. You made that up. You made that up. That's not real. There's nobody's been called Dick Ray maker.
I love Dick Ray.
But when I'm using it in my mind, I'm like, oh, I can get some cool melodic stuff. I know from the far right mode, the Kid B one, it's a little like faster. It seems like more arpeggiated through the note sequences or that type of thing. Taking a step back, it does not sound as clean as Arbhar or Multigrain do. And I'm actually kind of cool with that. The samples they give you on board are a little crusty. Error Instruments seems to kind of default to that. I immediately zeroed that shit out and was just taking like raw double helix stuff in. I kind of love the way it sounds. You can get it to be clean enough. It's not constantly dusty or anything like that. You can tell it's like 16-bit, I would assume. It's not as like very hi-fi as multigrain or ARPAR could be, but again, I'm not mad at it. It's one of those things where I love using it. I've come up with all sorts of shit that I'm recording that I'm going to use on like future records and stuff like that. A lot of fun. I wish there was also like an ARPAR version that was super clean, that was just as fun and simple as this is. It's one of the things I really like about it. There are no fucking weird button combos. There are no modes. It's just kind of what you get.
So this addresses all of the problems we mentioned in the last episode about the troubles and the anxiety using RBAR.
Yeah.
This is not that.
It's almost like they saw that and were like, nah, hold up. Like, let me make like just a dead simple one. And I think it might have been 250 or something, maybe 300.
That's not very much.
Hard to get. I don't know. Like I saw there was some rumor on ModWiggler where it was like discontinued. I mentioned that to Sean. He was like, I hope not. These things are awesome and I can't keep them in stock. And I was trying to get one actually. And I saw like Big City Music had them and like sold out kind of immediately. Sean was, a lot of people think Sean's website is a scam and not real. So I think that's how I was able to get the last Brinta that they had in stock. And I haven't seen one on Wiggle Hunt. It's Wiggle Hunt, right?
I'm sorry, what now?
It's a site where you can find any fucking module.
I've never used it. Yeah, I
this
know.
Real?
I know. I think Cyrus has mentioned it, but
Wiggle
yeah,
Hunt. Yeah. It'll scrape sites and you can see if something's.
I do things the old-fashioned way. I Google it and then I click each link and I say, oh, it's sold out. And then I go to the next link. And say, oh, it's sold out. And then I see this one's in stock and I'm like, cool. And I go to order it and it says pre-order.
So you need to be Wiggle hunting.
Yeah, I guess I need to be Wiggle hunting.
It's another. I don't rely on Wiggle Hunt because they won't scrape certain websites, but they do what they can or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a useful tool. Shout out to Wiggle Hunt. But yeah, really hard to get these. I hope they bang some more of them out.
Can you see yourself getting more, like another one?
Some people, like I think Cinematic Laboratory has 2 to do true stereo.
Yeah,
I could see that. But I'm also like kind of making stuff stereo. Like it does it a little downstream. My input level stereo information is not generally so precious that I need to preserve it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing like detailed panning shit that I often need to preserve. So in this instance, it's okay. Would I buy a stereo one if they made it? Fuck yeah, I would be in line for it. But I'm not like feeling super limited. Would I get 2? If I could get a second one, I suppose I would.
Oh, cool.
But it would take up more rack space than I wanted to. And that's like I'm pretty limited on space the way it is right now. Musically useful as shit for me. Almost, I think I maybe mentioned on the Discord, is I blab about the secret weapon, a secret for like 5 milliseconds. But I really like using this in my music. I've gotten some shit where I just sit there and kind of listen to it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, this is fucking good.
So your music, now that you brought it up.
No, Dave.
Do you have maybe something you would like to tell our listeners about your music?
Yeah, so album just came out on the 5th on Old Technology Records, which is something I've been sitting on for like 9 months now as we go through this process. Very stoked about the reception it's getting. It is on cassette and digital, mastered by Tony Surgeon. All of this process has been very surreal. So I don't have great notes today because I've been spending a lot of time in the promo space in the past week and just like responding to things like Philip Sherburne reviews and like even the concept of talking about myself, which I feel like is too much the moment I start, and trying to like become okay with that.
And the fact that the tape sold out.
Yeah, had to do another run of 50 in day 2, which felt good.
Yeah, I mean, this album's a long time coming. Like,
it's also
we've talked about it in so many
Thank you.
episodes previously, and yeah, it's finally here.
Yeah, it's on all your streaming services. It's on Bandcamp.
If you got a tape player,
Got a tape player? We can get you some tapes. I'm getting a shipment of tapes stateside finally, so I'll be able to help out.
I just ordered it from their site, so I've probably got like tariffs I've got to pay, Brexit tax. Like I've chosen the most complicated, inconvenient way of getting this tape.
Appreciate you for it. Apparently, I was talking to Alex at the Quiet Details label, and he said like his CDs have been flowing into the States, so hopefully not an issue. Hopefully you see a tracking number at some point, but we'll work something out if people don't get them. But yeah, this record, I definitely made it in isolation, not to go too far into it, but this is like a definite chunk of my soul in audio format, and that is an interesting and strange concept. But I'm really happy to have it out in the world finally.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Like,
thanks.
Yeah, like it's, again, if you're listening to this episode and you haven't checked it out yet, just stop, go check it out. Old Technology, Bandcamp, stream, whatever you got to do, go check it out. It's fucking amazing. You will not be disappointed. Everyone that I've sent this to, without fail, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. And not just like, great set, dude. Full on, oh shit, this changed the course of my day. Oh shit, I'm shook. Like, it is absolutely overwhelmingly positive responses.
Yeah, not to get too far into it, but when I was writing this record, I was actually convinced that if I didn't get it done in 6 months, I wouldn't be able to hear, because of the way that shit was going for a while and dealing with an infection on top of like multi-year now hearing issues. Not that there was like a deep urgency, but I was like, this is your fucking do or die, bro. This is your fucking chance to do it. And man, it was fun. It was fucking a lot of fun to make it. Like, just to, the feeling, how it is when you like, I would text Steph, I'd be like, fucking finally got this one down. Like, cause like the first track I'd been working on since the start of it, and it was like this puzzle that I was like, oh my God, like I just don't know. And then the day that I cracked that, I was just like, you can't tell me shit today. I was like, oh man, I got it. Like,
you talking about the first track?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Love your description, by the way. A 7-stage hallucinogenic ritual. I was like, oh, Greg gets it.
It's an experience.
I love that Greg's review of your record on Bandcamp is this lovely treatise on the existential cosmic convergence, and mine is a Costco reference.
Costco hot dog, Dave.
Costco hot dog. Cool.
It's a staple of America. It's the backbone of America. It's the Costco hot dog, Dave. It was meant as a compliment.
Oh, was it now?
Very much so.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely came across. Definitely feels good. I was like, oh, Costco hot dog. Definitely what I was going for. Nailed it. So glad you got it. But
yeah, and I will say, I always used to get kind of irked by people that would talk about like, oh, modular music. Like, it just sounds like this. And I'm like, you're kind of missing the point of all this. Right. But like, this is truly like me just running my modular into Ableton for like a year, essentially. And I told somebody that, and I kind of like to say it just because, like, yeah, these modulars are super valuable tools if you can, like, if it works for you. I know we all, like, it's kind of crucial to the way we work.
Yeah, that's why the three of us are sitting here again,
indeed,
babbling about this shit. It's not because we're trying to ride the modular hype train or anything. Like,
right.
We've been doing this shit for years.
Yeah.
And years before we ever owned a modular. Yeah. It's just, I feel like all three of us, we click with modular in different ways. And yeah, I've never understood the whole, like, I don't know, stigma that people try to associate with quote unquote modular music. I mean, it's just another tool to make electronic music, but it's a different vibe for sure than say, you know, certain other tools, but that's what makes it a unique experience to work with, you know?
So, I mean, the thing I always go back to is like, you're right, it's a tool. What people make with that tool varies. If you go and you listen to a shitty guitar rock performance, do you go, oh, well, guitars suck?
Yeah.
The idea that you went and saw like a perhaps maybe not great modular performance and you've written it off.
Yeah.
That's a very weird take to me. Like, it's just like, it's a very, like, okay, that person didn't use the tool available to them particularly well.
Yeah.
That's not an indictment on the tool, because there are people doing stuff in that space that's mind-blowing. They're really eking out everything from it.
Yeah.
Seek that out. Don't just go, oh, I don't like modular stuff. Like, you don't do that with other instruments and other tools. Why are you keen to do it with modular?
Sure.
Yeah.
And all three of us now have put out a new album within the last year, and they've all relied heavily on the modular workflow in some form or another. You know, I don't think any of our albums would be how they are without modular.
No.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like kind of become critical to, I would say, these albums. Maybe not future albums or past albums, but I know that all of our most recent work were definitely like modular was at the heart of it. Yeah.
It's the way it changed the way I think. It changed the way I approach things. I now think in these terms versus how I may have thought about things in the late 90s, early 2000s. As the tools evolve, my thought process and the way that I approach them also has evolved. And yeah, I could have made that sound, but it would have been completely different process to get there. And I probably wouldn't have gotten there.
Process is everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Well, in any case, I'm glad this is finally out, Nick.
Thanks.
And yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, you were one of the first. And thank you. You didn't really leak it to anybody that I know of.
I did not.
You didn't.
I take this very seriously.
You did.
I immediately put it on SoulSeek.
That was our joke about Joe Johnson, like Dan and I, because I let Joe hear it earlier, and Dan was like, "That shit's on SoulSeek right now, dude." Like Joe's cuts is available for download. I was like, "Damn."
I take that responsibility seriously, both from not sharing it with people, but also giving real feedback. Because that's the other thing is like I've sent things to people and they say, "Sounds good, dude." I'm like, "Well, I didn't need that." Like, no, like give me something. Like, tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what like. I'm actually kind of hoping you'd give me more. So yeah, I also take that responsibility seriously in my scathing critiques.
I've had people stop talking to me for giving my honest take on work in progress. Yeah.
That's mind blowing to me.
If you really want me to check this out, you want me to set aside time and check this out, like I'm going to be honest with you, give you my hot take.
Yeah.
Like if you're just fishing for compliments, you're talking to the wrong individual.
Right.
Because that's
also
if you're
absolutely
looking,
worthless.
Yeah.
I don't need I'm doing okay. I don't need your encouragement. I don't need to be told, "Great set, dude." I'm actually like the most valuable thing is those very, very particular nuanced critiques, and
which I feel like I've given to you many
absolutely.
times. Certain tracks I felt like needed strengthened here, or whatever, and parts that I thought were amazing and didn't need touched. But anytime I've done that with like strangers, never talk to me. Like
that's mind blowing.
And I've realized like a lot of them are just fishing for compliments, and like that's weird. Like why message someone you don't know personally to critique your work in progress, and then not want to hear those critiques. It's I'm like, okay, like if you just want someone to pat you on the head, why the fuck are you talking to me?
Right.
Like if you come to me and ask for criticism, I'll give you criticism, and I'll give you my thoughts. Whether or not my opinion should carry any weight for you, that's up to you to decide.
Right.
But if you're approaching me for that, then I'll give you what you're asking for, And I've had people get very upset and try to argue with my feedback, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're asking me to. I'm going to treat it like it's mine in a sense, and put on that hat and be like, "I just made this. How do I feel?" Like that's what you want, right? Like I haven't even told this story much, but originally I submitted 7 tracks for this album. And they were like, "Well, will you work with us? Or like, will you not? We don't want to take it as is." And I was like, "Oh, like, talk to me about it." And they're like, 5 of these, no changes. And 2 of these 7, like, we're just not feeling it as much. So we don't think it lines up with these others. And at first I was like, I really liked the one track, but I was like, dude, I'm open to this. You'd be insane not to take this feedback right now. And they're like, we'll let you, like, you can put these 5 out as is right now, or you can do 2 more. We think you should try for 2 more.
Sure.
Like given this feedback and kind of look at this set of things. And it took me 2 months to make these tracks. And that was like maybe one of the more tense periods where I had to like forget about everything, open these things back up that I thought I was done with. But like, dude, they were so right. In hindsight, when I look at those 2 tracks, I'm like, dude, this is like doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
They knew exactly what I needed to do. And that ends up being like 2 of my favorite tracks on the record were like, and Dan was like, you ever listen to Faust much? And I was like, you know what? I never have. And he was like, what you do, like listen to Faust tapes. And I was like, I listened to that shit for a while. I'm not trying to copy it, but I was like, I see what you're saying. And like, that's what you want from a record label in my mind. Like
100%.
Anybody can put this shit out. You don't want to like go on someone's clout, but somebody to like take the time to give you actually their good feedback about what they think and like you do something with it, it's so much stronger because of their involvement. Like, I'm so glad I wasn't like too proud or
Sure.
No, I'm gonna do because I was gonna put this shit out myself, which is a story I've told before. But like, yeah, good label, good feedback.
Yeah.
Like, listen to that shit. Take it. If you can't take it, maybe you're not ready.
Right.
You know,
100%. Yeah, I mean, good labels, good friends, or even good collaborators. You know, like I know when the split 12-inch with Spednar.
Yeah.
Like, we went back and forth over some stuff. You know what I mean? To get it more cohesive and to bring the best out of each other. I feel like, you know, on that collaboration. You know, got to be able to take a little criticism sometimes. You know what I mean? If it's for the greater good of the art.
Especially when you trust that the person that feedback is in good faith.
Yeah, they're not trying to hurt your feelings or shit on what you're creating.
No,
like it's to get you to do your best.
Right.
Or when someone knows that you can do better, to push you there, you know, or help you get there.
Or they're hearing something that you're not necessarily hearing anymore.
Sure.
That's the other thing, is like when you're just neck deep in something, certain things you just aren't hearing anymore. And to have somebody go, hey, here's that thing that isn't clicking. You're like, shit, I
Get you
don't
back on track.
It gets you back on track. Yeah. And it's super valuable.
and it should be like kind of fun in a way.
100%.
You know, you should take it as like kind of a fun challenge. When I pivoted to that, and I was like, oh shit, like this sounds like fun to do those things. And I had to like, I had to hold back the emails like, if I die, please release these 5. Because, you know, my brain, like, you know, kind of crazy.
I mean, I think I did send both of you for that record. I was like, these are done. If I die between now and when the record comes out, please put them out in some form. Like, I fully understand the weird, like, mortality in the background. Like, oh shit, I've done so much. I don't want to fumble this on the 1 yard line. At the very least, if I die, I know you two will at least put this on Bandcamp or Soulseek. Just put it out somewhere.
Yeah, that was why I didn't, because I knew you already had an early copy of it. And I was like, Dave's got me. If I croak, like, Dave's got me. I know he will.
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to segue a bit. We were talking about, you know, modular workflow.
Yeah.
To something that I'm struggling to wrap my head around, that is the complete opposite of modular workflow, at least how it appears on paper and the overview videos that I've tried to watch over the last 24 hours. The Elektron Tonverk.
Oh,
all right, so we're gonna go to
quick intermission first.
Well, I need to pee first.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go first.
Elektron Korner. Elektron Korner. Oh! Elektron Korner. Yay!
That was good music.
That was excellent.
We should probably make better music.
Yeah, that was trash.
That was trash. Should we beatbox? Who's got a good beatbox?
DJ, drop a beat.
Ba-doonch. That's all I got.
That was more like you told a joke.
Yeah.
That was a rim shot.
It's still a
That
beat.
sounds dirty. Rim shot.
My name's Bane. That's the game. Ask me again and I'll crash your plane. I'm Bane.
What the fuck is going on?
With no survivors. I say no, you say survivors. No.
Survivors.
No.
Survivors. Oh my God.
Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, Elektron. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. All right, some context. This was the teaser was a couple days ago, and then they finally like released information, and then all of the synth fuckos started putting out their videos. A lot of reviews, a lot of hype, and I have not had a lot of Elektron gear in the past. I had a Digitac. I've used most of them. I'm not neck deep in the Elektron world. Oh, and I've got your Rhythm still, so I've used that. So I'm probably the least experienced with Elektron. Everything I saw about Tonverk was incredibly dull and uninteresting. Am I wrong?
Tonverk or Tonverk?
Tonverk? It's
We always,
T-O-N-V-E-R-K, right?
I still say rhythm. I won't say rhythm.
I say rhythm because it doesn't have the H.
I say rhythm. I say digitone, digitac,
Diggy. Yeah, I don't say diggy. I hate
Tone
that.
Diggy.
Diggy.
Like
I don't do the
Digimon.
diggy. I don't dig the diggy.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you know, like I don't want the thing. I think
Yeah.
people could make cool music with it. It's almost like they took an Akai sampler and put the Elektron sequencer on it because you can do like multi samples, which is what the subtracks are. So on each track, you can.
And there's like 10 subtracks or something. Like it's a lot.
eight.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see that. That's reasonable.
Yeah.
8 subtracks per track, right? So you
Right.
can have a total of 64 tracks.
Yeah.
And then there's also the 8 effects routing tracks.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, so there's 8 audio tracks with 8 subtracks apiece.
Uh-huh.
And then there's 8 tracks that are dedicated to insert effects, send effects, and master mix.
That's kind of okay.
Each with their own sequencer track. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Kind of like an analog 4 style. I get you.
Yeah.
Like the effects that I saw when I saw the list of effects, I was like, finally, you've
Uh-huh.
broken out of
Sure.
your box a little bit of like the really kind of shitty effects that they've always used. Syntact was better in that regard, but
It was
still
a
not
start.
numerous. Yeah, it was a start. Exactly.
Digitone Mark II also was a step in the right direction when it came to effects. But
So
Yeah.
taking a step back, is
Yeah,
this
yeah.
supposed to be a drum machine, an all-in-one groove box? Like what's the target for this box?
That's what I'm still scratching my head with. I don't know who this is made to appeal to. I will say that it feels like it's meant to be a workstation
okay.
for someone who has, I guess, a pressing need to be completely DAWless and yet do multi-layer sampling and velocity mapping and all this. Originally, well, let me take a step back. I remember when we saw the first leak of the box interface over a year ago.
It was like
I think
a year
it was.
ago. Yeah, at least.
I was glad to see another big box coming from them, and I was sure that it would be either a mono machine Mark II or like a new type of octatrack. You know, I was really hoping for a mono machine type of thing.
Right.
What we got was not at all what I expected.
So because it even has the weird little like tiny keyboard layout,
Yes.
Yeah, like analog
buttons,
4 style.
Yeah.
which I was like, oh, this lends itself to like maybe a mono machine.
Which
yeah.
I love that part. That's one of the best parts of the
Yeah.
analog 4. If the thing about Elektron that kind of kills me is like the marketing shit, right? Like you don't want to overlap your existing products. Like fuck that kind of. Like come up with the best thing you can.
Right.
Like there's no looper on it. There's only 2 inputs, not 4, so it's definitely not an octatrack replacement. Is there going to be a wavetable machine? There fucking should be if you got a sampler already. Like you're just moving a single cycle around. Like do something cool with that. Like
That's the real kicker, is that this is not an octatrack replacement by any stretch. I thought maybe when I started reading the details, I was like, well, okay, you know, the octatrack is considered complicated and kind of arcane to use.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe this is going to be a more user-friendly octatrack. No. It's like something that's even deeper and more convoluted, yet doesn't do a lot of the cool things that a fucking octatrack does, or even what some of the Digitac can do. Like there's no slicing. Like maybe there will be in the future, but coming out the box with this new flagship sampler, yet you don't have slicing.
yeah, no time stretching,
No
slicing.
time stretching. Yeah, it's like
bonkers.
You got the code, you can do it. Like that's
Yeah.
what confuses me. Like, will people make cool shit with it? I'm sure. Like people are creative, but it seems like it could be so much more. There's so much that it can't do that I'm confused by it in a way.
Yeah, I have like zero interest in it.
Yeah,
I gave it a
it's
fair
not how
shot.
it works.
I tried reading, a bit, you know, some of the manual. I tried watching some of the overview videos that came out. I got about halfway through Lupop's video and found myself falling asleep. I had to keep backtracking, and I was just losing interest so quick. I was like, this machine is not for me.
Right.
That's all I know. Like, you know,
And it's not going to be cheap, right?
it's $1,600.
That's
Yeah, which is just what they charge. That part almost was. I was like, yeah, that's sure.
right, but for that much, I want everything. Like
Sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's too much to ask for not the flagship product that has all of the things that they've worked on. I don't want to have that in another machine beside it
Yeah.
for that much.
Exactly. Like if it did everything okay, maybe
Right.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, the effects routing and the effects lanes and the keyboard on it, I think, are the most appealing parts. Like the insert effects buses, you can do 2 effects a piece, which is
That's cool.
nice. And then
Yeah.
you can route that to a send track to do even more
That's nice.
affecting. Or you can have a send effect, you know, going out, being affected by an external effect using the additional outputs that are on. Like there's 4 outputs. So you can send a send bus out some of those additional outputs, then route it through the inputs and affect it again. So you can get
That's kinda cool.
complex
Yeah.
with the routing
I like
of
that.
your effects and
Yeah.
the layering of your effects.
Mhm.
But it's also the type of thing that makes you say, like, why the fuck isn't this in the other boxes?
Yeah. Right.
Why can't you have 2 insert effects on these other machines per channel, you know, per track rather?
Right.
Things like that. So if you can do it in that, why can't you do it in this? And it's, I don't know. Like that's the most interesting part. So like, why don't you just make a fucking Elektron mixer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Roland did with their Aria
Yeah.
mixer. I forget what that's called, but you know, I mean, it's a
MX1 or
yeah,
something.
it's a dedicated mixer that you can. It has a sequencer on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could do the Elektron version of that, and then instead of just having, 2 inputs and 2 additional
Yeah.
outputs, you know, expand on that.
Yeah.
Have multiple outputs, multiple ins. Have your, you know, go crazy with your effects tracks and your sequencer lanes, and just have a dedicated mixing box. You know, it feels like this machine didn't know what the fuck it wanted to be.
Yeah.
It's like part sampler, part mixer,
Mhm.
automated mixer thing. You know, it's a strange combination of stuff that doesn't overlap with their other lineup.
Right.
You know, and also doesn't really stand well on its own, in my humble opinion. Like you're
Right.
going to need other things to supplement this.
That was the thing I kept coming back to watching these videos, and I did not read the documentation. I was mostly just watching videos, and I kept going like, I can't do everything in this. This is
right.
and I've seen Octatrack and Rhythm performances that are just those,
Sure.
and those are very capable machines for that. And I was like, this is one of multiple things. That's a lot to spend on, and it's a lot to spend and a lot of like mental resource going into this thing that also needs something else. That's a very strange thing to have asked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like polyphonic samplers on the whiteboard somewhere, and they're like, go. But like, who, you know,
Who
is
asked
really
for it?
asking for
Yeah.
that? Like, a lot of people will use like, computers are so good at that, or Omnisphere or something like that is like so roughly equivalent.
Native Instruments Contact.
Or Contact.
You know, and it's very straightforward to use Contact. This is not like, I was listening to Lupop explain how he did multi-level velocity sample mapping, and you know, like, holy shit, does it seem like such a convoluted process to get where other things can already get much more efficiently. And you know, it just seems like it would be a mess. Like, sure, everything has its own Elektron sequencer track to it. You can p-lock the shit out of everything, but like, it just seems like once you start doing that, it is going to be a fucking mess. If you have to reverse engineer anything or take a step back, it's just like, holy shit, you're going to be jumping through hoops. It's, you know, like, I wouldn't want to perform with this thing. It seems like one wrong click and it's all going to shit. You know what I mean? So, okay, is this a studio tool then, not a live performance tool? And if that's the case, to your point, why wouldn't you be using some of these software that already exists that can do this way quicker, or even like an Akai that already does some of the heavy hitting features that this thing's supposed to do? You know, it's confusing to me.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about dealing with 64 tracks potentially.
Yeah.
That's a lot to get your fucking head around. Like that kind of cooks me. I don't want to do that. Yeah.
No.
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 All right, so fast forward in 2 months when one of us gets it and
Yeah.
says we fucking love it.
I have zero interest in it.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Most Elektron boxes, I give it a fair shake.
yeah.
Even if I think maybe I like this, maybe I just need to click it with it. You know,
Yeah.
I'll usually buy first, decide later, you know, and then, you know, immediately either return it if I didn't jive with it or
Right.
resell it down the road, whatever. This, I have like zero interest of even trying. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It's-
could-
and it's well outside impulse. I get drunk 2 a.m. type of purchase. Like that is not. It's not an insubstantial investment. Also, just learning it too is not insubstantial.
It
Yeah.
seems like a steep curve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
gotta be.
Yeah, I don't.
So what is it? Sunshine Jones posting was like super excited because he's been looking for this polyphonic sampler forever. And I saw an Instagram story that's like, no time stretching. This is like a overgrown Digitact. No, thank you. And I was like,
100%.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
like? I saw some people posting on the Electronauts and even Muff Wiggler saying how like you know lack of time stretching isn't that big a deal. I disagree.
Yeah,
Like completely. Like I feel like the time stretching and the Octatrack was like part of what made that machine
oh, for
great.
sure.
It's part of what makes you know any modern sampling box more useful because now you can adjust your tempos and you know things like that.
that's standard. It's standard issue now. That
I
should
would-
just be in that.
and people
box,
say it
yeah.
sounds like shit. I'm like, does it though? Like I feel like
you can do cool stuff with it.
yeah, it
Yeah.
depends on how far you're stretching
Yeah.
things. If you're just trying to take your project that you recorded every sample at 120 and you're like, you know what? I need this to be at 140 to jive with my live set. And now you can do that because you can
Yeah.
time stretch everything. Like that's a world of difference. And I feel like
Yeah.
the sound quality will be negligible at best if it's a
Right.
Right.
good device. I can't think of any where it's, you know, time stretching would be so shitty that you wouldn't want to use it. Like, yeah, you're going to hear artifacting, but I mean, time stretching has been around for decades.
Right.
No one gives a fuck.
I've been, for as much as I was somebody who did not use time stretching a whole lot in the past, and I did not like some of the extremes, of course, of the Octatrack time stretching, but I'm using Paul Stretch a lot.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize too it was a plugin. I didn't know it. I thought it used to be like standalone for a while.
Oh,
and
wait,
then
it is a
do all.
plugin now?
Yeah, dude. There's a VST of it.
No shit.
Oh.
Where it will capture a buffer. That shit is hard.
I didn't know that. I was used to it being a
free.
standalone from back in the day.
Yeah, go check it. I thought the same too. I was like,
Okay.
oh, it's still standalone. Like, nope, there's a VST. We use it in Ableton to capture shit all the time now, and it sounds beautiful.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Put Paul Stretch in a box or something like that. Fucking sign me up.
Right.
That'd be cool.
I see. I've always loved using time stretching as a mangling
It's an effect.
tool. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Same here.
The extremes that the Octatrack was capable was one of the things that I loved the most about the
okay.
Octatrack. Like I would take things and just pitch shift it to like fucking 1
Hmm.
BPM. You know what I mean? Like just
down
take
to
it all
like
the way down.
completely unrecognizable.
Yeah, turn
Yeah.
weird screeches and noise into an entire atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it excelled in that. But I'm not even talking like the extremes of that level. I'm saying just trying to adjust stuff that you've recorded.
Yeah.
Now you have that set at a tempo. You know, you need time stretching to be a little flexible with your recorded material.
And to your point, this is a solved problem. Decades. This is
Yeah.
a solved problem. And it's not, I mean, maybe it was a computationally expensive process in the 90s and the early
Sure.
2000s, but I find it very hard to believe that the computational capabilities that they have in that new box would not be able to handle this. It is not a technical limitation to do this standard feature.
Yeah. Nobody's like come to me about my record saying like, oh, it's a good track, but the time stretching and we'd be stretching on there.
Yeah.
You know, like there's some stuff in there. It's just how you use it, like you were saying. Like,
I would be surprised if they don't implement it later on, but it's just puzzling that it's not shipping with it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like you said, it's standard.
But this has also been in the oven for a while now. Like, what is in the roadmap that isn't in this first rev?
and it also seemed like they didn't introduce it with much of like, here's the revolution behind this. It's
Yeah.
like 4 downward arrows, and then a new box came out because I think because the leaks were so strong that
Right,
they were
sure.
like, oh, we got to put this out there. It was never like sold as a thing to do a thing for you, other than like polyphonic sampler, which is like still something that I don't have much of a use for.
Yeah.
No, I would have had use for a Mono Machine Mark II in that format of a box and a little keyboard on there and 2
Yeah.
effects per channel. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed that that's not what we're getting yet again. And yeah.
Again, it's always weird what they won't do.
Right.
I'm sure they don't want to go into the Octatrack code. They could have had someone developing a new Octatrack. They could have just done the same shit with better effects and a little better audio quality. It kind of would have been a hit.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Elektron sometimes has the bad habit of just, I guess, giving into whatever weird shit people toss out on the Electronaut forums all the time as feature requests, and just, you know, giving into feature creep and just adding weird shit that like not everyone really cares about. Not you know, not everyone is vocal on the forums. There's steady Elektron users who want very basic stuff, and you know, we're not seeing it. You know what I mean? It's like maybe get back in touch with your roots a little bit. Remember what made you guys great, and touch upon that. Just pulling out it's got the Elektron sequencer card. You can P-lock shit every fucking time.
Every time.
You gotta give a little more these days.
Right.
You know, it's like, I don't know.
At least the big boxes aren't dead. If I'm looking for a positive,
Yeah.
I can't even. What was the last new big box? Was
Rhythm
it the
2?
Analog 4?
Yeah,
No,
I was
Rhythm
gonna say
4,
Rhythm Mark
Rhythm.
2, but
Yeah. Even that was just kind of like a rehash a little
Also,
bit.
that was a long time ago
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I got that when I was still like beta testing for them.
Yeah.
well, no, I
Ages
guess
ago.
what was it? Octatrack Mark 2? I think was probably the latest. Right?
Oh.
Or am I wrong? Maybe I'm
No, I thought Rhythm
misremembering
2
the
was
timelines.
I thought Rhythm 2 was after that. but-
Octatrack Mark II was like 20th anniversary, if I remember, or they did a special one for that. I don't know. It gets blurry.
It does.
I mean, it
does.
It's a long time because they went through the cycles thing or the model whatever, and then
Yeah.
the Digitac forum. Like, it's been a while since they had the big box.
Which is even more confusing to me that this isn't like a mono machine. I thought the
Sid Station.
Model
the
cycles?
model
Yeah, yeah,
cycles.
yeah.
I thought that was going to be a precursor to like a new mono machine. You know what I mean? Because that was like an
Yeah.
FM based
Yeah.
weird digital little, you know, groove box. I'm like, cool. Let's get that in like a big Elektron box with, you know, fully blown out.
Yeah.
You know, nope.
No.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disappointed.
Okay. The only other thing I had to talk about was the Durad. And I don't really want to go into it
Yeah,
too
talk about
much
it next
right
time.
now. Yeah.
On
That'd be
my
good.
list, I had two other things.
Oh,
Jesus.
Nothing major to talk about, just little blurbs. The announcement of the WMD Cosmic Debris.
mm.
I didn't even see that one.
You didn't see the Cosmic Debris?
Oh,
Okay,
it's
so
the big boy.
I feel like I'm just not paying attention to social media enough.
I'm not even on social
a good
media
thing.
anymore. So
You're
I
not.
don't
Yeah,
know.
but like I feel like I'm missing a couple of like. There's been like, oh, did you even see this thing on this thing? And I'm like, no, I was.
That reminds me, not to self-plug too much or anything, but I'm no longer on Instagram. I'm no longer on Facebook.
I know.
If you enjoyed my little clips of modular jams that I would post up on Instagram, I'm going full YouTube now. I'm just
Oh, cool.
posting them up as shorts.
Nice.
I reposted some of the stuff that I used to post on Instagram. So yeah, if anyone's into watching me doodle and noodle in short format clips, find my YouTube.
Where are you at on there?
Greg VanEck.
Greg VanEck.
Is there a
Okay, I don't
dot
know
in
if I've
there?
subscribed.
I think it's a dot.
There's a dot. If I look
I
for Greg,
forget.
I'm gonna end up on some other Greg VanEck.
Just look for the weirdo with the blue hair.
Okay,
That's
but-
me.
but I think there's a dot in there.
But yeah, no longer on Instagram, no longer on Facebook.
You're not missing anything.
I know I'm not.
I mean, honestly, the only thing on Instagram at this point is shows. Like, people don't put up posters anymore. Show announcements are on Instagram. That's how I find out about stuff. So,
And not to toot my own horn, but Joey Blush Response did leave a comment and a like on one of my videos last week,
what was the comment?
and I'm still swooning a little bit.
What was the comment?
I think
Please stop doing this.
said, "You suck. Stop, please." No.
Bad sounds.
Why did you bother typing this?
Yeah, still swooning a little.
Really?
Still, I know it won't happen, but I still want to see you two do like a collab thing or
Yeah.
something like that. I just think it would be
I would love
two
to.
good flavors
Yeah.
together.
I just want to see those two energies colliding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
I feel like if me and Joey Blush got together, dude, the world might just end. You know,
Yeah.
So this is like matter and antimatter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rip
Like,
through
yeah.
the fabric.
No, I honestly don't know if we would get anything done. We would probably just be having a blast, distorting the shit out of everything and cackling like madmen
Right.
in the studio for hours, and then realizing that the sun had come up.
Right.
And,
That's not that different from the gnarled horse throat process.
No, for real.
For 12 fucking years of not recording a single thing,
Yeah.
but having like literally days of material.
That's my point. Like, I don't know if me and Joey, if we got together, we would actually be able to record anything.
Right.
It'd probably just be like hours of, oh, that sounds fucking cool. Oh, no, check this out. This sounds fucking cool. And just fucking annihilating audio for hours on end. I don't know if we'd actually be able to be productive.
My proposal would be like, do that, but
hit
record,
record,
and then both leave.
So you
and
need
then
like
split 12.
Right. And you need like a chaperone is what you're saying. Like
definite
someone to be like,
chaperone.
okay, you two, you're having a good time, but like
what
you
is-
do need to record
Yeah,
something
both
here.
your partners would kind of need to be there.
Right,
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, what
so.
do they call it when people are like, tripping out on LSD? You have
Babysitting.
Trip sitter.
Yeah, trip
trip
sitting.
sitter,
We
yeah.
would need like a trip sitter
Yeah.
to talk us back down from time
Yes,
to time,
exactly,
get us
yeah.
back into reality.
You're a little overstimulated.
That's 17 kick drums, and I don't know if people can perceive those anymore. On that note,
Yeah, 17 kick drums.
end a podcast.